Ta-da! I'm back. Okay, I'm going to address suicide and antinatalism in this video. It's a common counter argument against antinatalists. You know, the idea that if they see life as harmful, then why do they continue to live their life when they could commit suicide? Now, there are many objections to this. The first obvious objection is that suicide is a tremendously horrific experience to put yourself through. You know, we've evolved a deep, vociferously passionate aversion to the idea of our own death, and to inflict harm on your own person requires an incredible amount of courage, you know, and most people are craven cowards in that they can't end their own life, even if they want to. You know, it's like it transcends reason. Our fear of death. It's an incredibly potent, powerful force that stays our hand even if we feel suicidal. And actually, although I'm an antinatalist, I'm not actually suicidal as such, at least at this point in my life. But I don't see any inconsistency between not being suicidal and being an antinatalist, because I see that if you don't procreate, you're not creating unnecessary pain, suffering and death for your child. But once you create that child, they have vested interest in staying alive, in as much as committing suicide. As I say, it's tremendously traumatic experience to have to put yourself through, just so non-antinatalists can be appeased that antinatalists aren't being hypocritical. A second point is, obviously, if antinatalists kill themselves, then that has an incredibly negative, damaging effect on people who love and care about the person who took their life, you know. So if I committed suicide, then my parents and my sister, just off the bat, there are 3 people who would be incredibly upset by my not existing anymore. So obviously, people who commit suicide have to think about these things before they take their own life. You know, what effect is my death going to have on those who love and care about me? So those are the 2 biggest reasons, I think, why there's no hypocrisy involved in being an antinatalist and not killing oneself, not committing suicide, not taking one's own life. Thirdly, there's no fail-proof, idiot-proof way of successfully committing suicide without there being a risk that you may stay alive. I mean, you can overdose, but you can underestimate the dosage. You can, if you hang yourself, the rope could not support your weight. I mean, you could try to kill yourself and be interrupted by somebody, and they could rush you to hospital. I mean, you know, so there are lots of ways that suicide attempts can be thwarted, and if that's the case, then that makes your life worse than it was to start with. Fourthly, as I see it, now that I'm here, I might as well try and make the best of a losing situation, and use this opportunity to try to mop up and help and reduce and prevent the suffering and the pain that I see around me, you know. And I think one of the ways of achieving this is to spread social awareness that procreation is a morally problematic enterprise. So that's a 4th reason. So you can see there are lots of reasons not to kill oneself once one finds oneself as a member of the human species. Laters.